children of a dream. If you've never been told, time for you to know your royalty.
Spreading the most high, head high, I shine like my father's smile. Down upon my kings and queens of all times. Blessings, man of color, original king ruler, slave that made a way metaphorically. King Kunta, highs on prize, my pride won't collide. Am I right in your eyes if I stand on mine?
You are royalty. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. Children of the dream. If you've never been told, time for you to know your royalty. If you've never been told, time for you to know your royalty. Your royalty. If you've never been told, time for you to know your royalty. If you've never been told, time for you to know your royalty.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show.
How everybody doing today?
All right, how you doing, OT?
I'm great. You know, we're having a little technical difficulties because, you know, that old guy that lived down in the dirt, he always want to, bring problems to the good people.
That's right. That's right.
Good, wholesome, fun type
right.
people. So
yeah.
We are here today to bring you good information, good inspiration, and some good, clean fun.
That's right. And we're going to push forward in spite of the technical difficulties and the enemy trying to keep us off the air.
Yes.
But guess what?
We are back.
We are still here. We're still in the fight, so to speak.
Now, how you doing today, sweet lady?
I'm doing good, OT. I'm doing good. Just so happy to be here and have a reasonable portion of health and strength.
Right.
You know, so much God does for me. I could never thank Him enough.
Right.
And so we're just glad to be here today and being able to share some good inspiration today and some good information and have some good fun, OT.
Fun.
And so what about you? How you
You know
doing?
what? I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm blessed to be able to sit next to a beautiful woman every Sunday on this panel. I am blessed. You know, you got to be here to really, to pull all this in. And I'm feeling so blessed.
Right. And you know, I am blessed too.
Oh,
I have such a wonderful family.
Right.
But I'm going to highlight my brothers today.
Okay.
OT and DJ Play Some. Truly, I appreciate them. I really do.
Yes,
and
that's good.
you know, OT, I just was thinking about how we give out tips and just recently, you know, I gave out the tip about pulling off when you're at the light,
Right,
you know,
right.
and you're pulling off and it's not your turn to pull off.
True.
And so I was seeing some cars doing that. And I said, nah,
Oh, man.
they don't listen to the Sweet Lady and OT
Nah, they
Gospel
don't.
Show.
They don't.
They need to be listening to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show,
Right.
and they would have been reminded. That to pay attention to the lights when the light change. That doesn't mean that it's your turn to go. It means that it may be the other person's
Right.
turn to go. So you have to pay attention.
Pay attention.
You know. And I saw the car bagging up because you know they had come too far out. They were
Right.
bagging up. I said, now see, that's why everybody needs to be listening to the Sweet Lady and OT
Tune
Gospel
in.
Show, because
Tune
we're
in.
not just here. We're giving out some good information.
Good information.
Where else can you get information about when you're getting ready to travel?
Right.
Listen now, you getting ready to travel,
Getting ready to
and you get your tires, air put in your tires. Who tells you to get
Nope.
your spare tire checked?
Not on any other show that I know of.
Look,
Right here on the Sweet Lady OT Gospel Show, where you gonna get all the good information.
that's right. That's right. So be sure to share with your family and your friends that there's a new duo in
New
town
duo
called Sweet Lady.
and
And
OT.
that's right.
And it ain't no joke, you know. So
All
are
right.
y'all ready
Yes.
for some good old fun, good inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
and some good information? Make sure I don't leave that out.
That's right.
Good
That's right.
information.
Right. And we have been talking about, you know, different subjects, different things. And, you know, most of the times we talk about the things that, you know, we can relate to that, you know, have touched our lives in some kind of way, or somebody that we know, or just however the Lord lead us, you know, because sometimes, you know, we have to say what the Lord wants us to say.
Right.
And we have to be open and be free to hear what the Spirit has to say to us. And we have to have the courage to say what thus said the Lord, because it's not easy all the time, because, you know, everybody's not receptive.
Right.
And you have to have yourself in a position where, okay, well, if somebody's not receptive or whatever the case may be, but we still have to keep moving. We have to still keep going forward, because the cry is forward, forward. When you're in the Lord's army, you got to keep moving. You can't stop. You got to keep going. And God is so good to us that He allows us to learn as we go. And as we go and we learn, He expects us to obey.
Okay.
Now He does that. Now He expects us to walk in the light as we receive the light. But He don't just cut us off. That's a good, loving God.
Oh yes.
Wonderful God. And we just want to, you know, exalt Him, because that's what we're here for. The scripture tells us, our theme scripture is John 12:32. And if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me.
Unto me.
All right, OT, what you got for us today?
Oh man, I got a couple tips, but it's dealing. You know, a lot of people don't. You know, they pay people to do their yard.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I'm gonna give you a couple tips on what you can do to help prevent all that old nasty weed growing in the springtime.
Okay, I can use that tip.
Yeah, see, first of all, around this time, this be the first layering of your you will put lime down.
Okay.
You go to the end of, you know, go to Lowe's or Home Depot, Ace Hardware, get you some lime. Okay. Then you get your little broad spreader. You want to go over your whole yard with that lime.
Okay.
That will help with the second process when you put the fertilizer down to help kill the weed.
Okay.
So you know it's a process. It's like maybe a 3-month process of making sure you keeping all that old nasty weed out.
Okay.
That's something to think about if you want to keep that yard green in the spring and in the summer and the fall.
Okay. Yeah, because I need a lot of work done on my yard. I did a little something yesterday, but you know, it's been raining so much.
Yeah.
I hadn't been able to get out and, you know, do all that needs to be done. But anyway, eventually, you know, I will get to it.
Yeah,
Eventually.
and with this warm weather, it gonna cause a lot of different things to start growing in your yard.
Right.
You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna have all that new growth weed and And some people even had, you know, like bugs in their yard, and that'll start popping up too soon.
Right.
You know.
Right. Now I had something that happened that was kind of strange to me. I had a mushroom
Oh,
to start growing, not in my yard. It was on my window ledge outside.
window lid?
Yes.
Wow.
I was like, what in the world? I couldn't figure it out. And and somebody told me, well, maybe a seed or something blew up there and it just took root. You know.
Hey, you should have took a picture. That could have went viral right there. I never seen that. on
You
the
know what?
window
I'm trying to
lid.
remember. Did I take a picture? I'll have to go back and look through my
Yeah.
pictures and see if I did.
Maybe
you know.
we can make some money out of this mushroom situation right
Yeah,
here.
one growing on the window ledge outside, you know,
Wow.
and with no ground, you know.
Right.
The only thing I could think that maybe there was some moisture there, you know, because of the rain.
Because of the rain.
And it just, for some reason, just took root. I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell us, you know, why something would do
Yeah.
that. You know, we have varied, you know, listeners, and people have specialties,
Yeah,
and
Dr.
maybe
Steve.
somebody can, you know, tell us, share with us today, you know, what would cause something like that to happen. What would cause a mushroom just to grow out of some water?
Right.
I mean, off of wood.
Off of wood.
Off
yeah.
of wood, and maybe like I said, maybe it had to have been some moisture up there. I would think, but I don't know. And the number to call in is 205-436-2583. 205-436-2583.
We welcome all callers from all over the world, because we are all over the world right now, okay? Make sure you
Yes.
remember that.
Yes, and if you haven't liked our page, it is the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show page on Facebook. Go ahead and like the page for us, please. And also Smash Bros Radio. And like that page also.
Okay, and we would thank everybody that's already tuning in.
Yes. I'd like to
Continue
say
tune
hello.
in and share the live.
Yes. And there are many things that, you know, occur in life, and sometimes we can't control what happens in life. There are some things we can control, and there are those things that we can't control. And those things that we can't control, we're responsible for those. Those things that we can't control, we're not responsible, but we're responsible in the way that we react to those things and the way that we allow those things to affect us. And I know many times, you touched last week on the subject of bullying.
Bullying, right.
But before we get into that topic, you know, we want to, you know, just talk about a few other things before, and give people a chance to come on, because, you know, we did start a little late. So if you would like to just, you know, spread the word, we're going to be talking about bullying today. So those that are already on, you know, just share the line for us. We'll be talking about bullying. And bullying is nothing new.
Nothing new.
Is nothing new. And believe me, God dealt with this subject in the Bible. So we're going to just, just talk about that for a little while, and not at this time, but we're going to give it a few more minutes before we get into our topic. OT, you have anything else for us today?
No, just feeling blessed. Just enjoying life and continue to enjoy life the best way. you know?
Yes. Like I say, I like your hat.
Oh, thank you. You
You
know,
look-
I just, you know, just try to switch it up a little bit, you know. Ain't that new, you know. I just switching it up a little
Yeah, it looks very nice on you.
Thank you.
It was very nice. Okay. Well, you know what? I have done some reading. I don't suffer with migraines, but I know people that do. And so I was just wondering, I said, like, you know, many times, our diets can contribute to things that ail us, and our, you know, we may not be eating the right things, you know, and we know how some things affect other people, whereas somebody else may be able to eat it and not have any problems. So, but with migraines, you know, like I said, I don't suffer with them. Praise God for that. But the people that I know that have been suffering, they have a hard time. They, you know, they say the light affects them.
Oh yeah.
And also, let's see what else. There are things that caffeine is one of them. They say that you may want to check, you know, you can test things by eliminating something out of your diet and see how long, you go without one of those headaches,
Right.
those real bad headaches.
That's what I do. I do the same thing.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I start eliminating.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to eliminate through a process of elimination, because if you go to the doctor, that's what they're going to do. They're going to tell you, well, this or that, maybe your allergy test or something. I'm not sure,
They get
but
allergy test.
yeah, and then they'll tell you what you're allergic to, and what not to do, and you go from there, and you have to do the best that you can.
Right.
And I know another thing about
All of a sudden, I just started like feeling funny. I said, man, am I allergic to strawberries? And I never knew because I never ate a lot. But I was trying to, change my diet up and trying to eat, more strawberries. And I started feeling a little different. So I kind of like stepped back from it for a little while, and then things changed. So I know I can't eat a lot of strawberries.
Right. Okay. Now, the research that I did on far as migraines are concerned, and I hope that those that suffer with this can benefit from this. So this is some good information. And one of the things they said to check in your diet is different types of cheeses. I know sometimes people, you don't expect those things to have an effect on you, but cheese is one of those things that could be causing your migraines, so you want to check that. And also they said it's not good to skip a meal if you have migraines. That could be the problem. If you're skipping meals, the recommended is that we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and have snacks in between, to keep our metabolism up and our blood sugar where it's supposed to be. And so that could be the reason that a person suffers from migraines, if they're skipping meals.
And that's why a lot of people say it's a hunger headache. You hear that
Right.
saying, I got a hunger headache because they hadn't ate all day.
Right. And then another thing they said, you may not be eating enough. Not eating enough. And guess what? The other thing, the big one, is ding, 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 not drinking enough water.
Okay.
You need that H2O. We need that H2O. We can't do without it.
Can't deal with it.
Can't do without it.
No.
So if you're suffering from migraines, you may want to check your water intake. Check how much water you're taking in. You may not be taking in enough to keep those headaches away.
Wow.
All right. So I hope you can use that information, those that suffer from migraines.
That's some good information. But you can get just like you can dehydrated. I don't know if you ever got dehydrated. Have you felt the pain of dehydration before?
I don't think I have. I have been without water, and I know my body keeps saying, get some water, get some water, get some water, in my mind too. That's how it does. But I don't think I've been to the point where I've been sick from, from being dehydrated. Now I know somebody that had to be hospitalized because they were dehydrated. And water is very important.
Very important. See, mine didn't get that far, but I got sick. They told me, it was dehydrated. I got dehydrated, so just drank some water and sat down and relaxed the rest of the day, and I felt better.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right.
Because you don't really think about it so fast. Like, let me drink some water. Because your mind constantly doing this and doing that and whatever.
Right. And water it's just, you can get to that point where you just got to have it. I got to have some water and want nothing else satisfied. I don't care how much coffee you drink. I don't care how much soda you drink. You got to get that water. That water is the only thing that's going to satisfy. All right. What did you have anything else for us today?
Yeah. So I was sitting back thinking, I'm getting older. Life going on. I said, I don't have a bucket list. I need to get me a bucket list.
All right.
So I got my bucket list, and I'm gonna read them out to you. And if you got a bucket list, let me know what your bucket list is. If you think this crazy for me to have this bucket list, it's kind of crazy. But my number one thing that I never did, I always want to do is go skiing.
Okay. let me interrupt you right
Okay,
here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, OT is sharing his bucket list. If anybody listening would like to share their bucket list, you can call in 205-436-2583 and share your bucket list right along after OT finishes his bucket list.
Okay.
205-436-2583.
Yeah, and second is to get over the fear of snakes. I don't know about you, but I just cannot stand a snake. I want to be able to walk up on a snake like I walk up on a dog. You know, not be afraid.
Yeah.
But I run when I see a snake. That's crazy, ain't it?
No, it's not. It's not.
I run. I run 10 miles and don't even look back. And so I just want to, be able to handle it and skydive.
Oh wow! You want to skydive?
Yes,
Are you
it
serious?
looks so much. It looks so fun. When you watch people, they be holding on. They be making decorations in the sky. I want to, be a part of that flag they put in the sky.
All right then.
And I want to number 4. I want to travel to Hong Kong.
Oh wow!
You see so many nice things. And I just want to travel. That's why I want to travel to.
You want to travel? Okay.
Right. And my last one. I already know this is gonna happen soon. It's to win the lottery.
All right then. All right.
To win the lottery. That's my 5 things on my bucket list.
All right. 5 things on your bucket list.
Yes.
No, do I have a bucket list? I haven't made a bucket list.
You gotta have a bucket list.
There are some things. There are some things I do want. There's a place I would like to travel to.
Okay.
And I would like to travel to Jerusalem.
Oh really?
But with so much going on, I think I'm gonna just stay right here in the United States for right now.
Not
anyway.
Right now, I wouldn't go.
Yes, and another place I would like to travel is Africa. I
Yes.
I would love to go to Africa.
To walk with the lions and stuff like that.
Well, no.
Okay,
I don't need to be with the lions. I'll just take it. I'll just see the ones that are here. I go to the zoo and see the ones that are here.
I don't want to
walk
with
them.
them.
No.
I understand that.
I'm not.
You're gonna see all kind of things in Africa.
Yes, but I know it's a beautiful country.
Yes, it is.
I've had the opportunity to meet people that actually live there, and they have shown me pictures, and they said, a lot of times, just like we've hear about propaganda over in other countries, showing things bad about the United States to their people, so they won't want to come over here. And so they've said that, many times the people in the United States are just shown the bad parts of a place, so that you won't want to visit there.
Right.
But it's a beautiful country. I've always heard from those that that have been. Okay, and we have someone made a comment. I think that's Tony. On the live.
Skeet.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Skeet?
I can't see it, so you may want to read it.
He said, not to be funny, my brother, but it's some things we don't do. Laughing out loud. I am in Minnesota, and I haven't looked at any skis.
Okay.
Hey, I feel you, bro. It's just so, you just certain things you just want to do, It ain't that deep, but hey, I do it.
Right.
Hey, but I appreciate the comment, Skeet.
And Lisa, it says, what happened? Well, we had some technical difficulties at the beginning, so as a result, we were probably like 15 minutes behind, but that's okay. We're gonna keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. That's what we have to do.
Oh, Lisa says she want to go to Africa.
Oh, you want to go to Africa? I can't see it.
Yeah, she want to go to Africa.
Okay. Well, look, me and you we'll have to get together and plan us a trip.
Let's do a safari trip or something, and do a little something, have a little fun.
Yes. Now you do know that they're up in, I think it's Anniston. We took our children there when they were young. I'm not sure if it's still there, but there's a place you can just drive through. The animals roaming freely.
Right.
It's probably as close as to the safari land that we can get here in the United States.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't know about a lot of places as far as traveling and stuff, but that is one of the things that we can do. And so if you can stand that, Lisa Lee, then you might be able to
you ready to roll.
Go to Africa and stand it. All right. And we're gonna at this time we would like to take a break for some inspiration. What we'll do is take a break for some inspiration
Okay.
from Kathy Taylor.
Right here on Sweet Lady OT Golf Show. Be right back.
All right.
Hey, welcome back to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show. We're back with some more good information, good inspiration, and some good fun. And I got the beautiful Sweet Lady with me today, and we're gonna continue on with this good information that we got.
All right. And we want to talk about, we know that many times we've had so many stories recently in the news about, excuse me, about bullying. And me, myself, I have been bullied as a child. I was bullied as a child. I've been bullied on as an adult, you know, because sometimes people grow up, they've been bullies, and that spirit that hadn't been dealt with. So they grow up to be an adult bully. And there are, you know, there are ways to handle bullies. And the sad thing about it, I know many times some of the children that are being bullied don't open up in time about the bullying.
Right.
Because me, myself, I remember as a child, I didn't tell anybody per se that I was being bullied. I kind of dealt with it on my own, and in my heart, just praying, you know, Lord, let these people not bother me today, or let them leave me alone. And even back then, looking back now, I think about it, God, he did just that. He answered that prayer.
Right.
And we have to teach our children to pray, because look, mom and dad are not always going to be around. And so we need to teach our children that God is their friend. Jesus is their friend, and he will help them when they ask him to. And all the time, things that we go through, we can't always be, I don't want to say rescued out of it, because we have to go through some things to make us strong. You know, we have to, you know, we have to be, courage has to be built up. Bravery, all endurance and integrity, all those things don't just come. Some people have a little bit more naturally, I would say, but those things have to be built up. You know, they have to be tested, and so that you can grow, and so that you can become a stronger person. And I had to find that out. I found that out, you know, just recently. I told my story last week about, you know, somebody was bullying me. That's basically what they were doing. You know, they said they were, you know, they would call me a preacher lady, this, that, and the other. Even though I'm not a preacher per se in the sense of the word.
Right.
But they were just trying to, and then they did something that was very, very disrespectful. And so I sat there and I prayed, because the old Mary before Christ could have reacted in a way, like I said, and it probably would have been on the news. It would have been just that bad,
right?
Because of what was done. But God, hey, Jesus makes the difference. Jesus makes the difference. And I let it go. I had to forgive them right there on the spot and just let it go. And not bring the reproach that I probably would have brought on my family. I mean, you know, y'all would have heard about it, because I've probably been calling, look, I'm down here, y'all come get me out.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of retaliation.
Yes.
And stuff, you know.
And then it has just been a big thing, you know.
Right.
One family, because guess what? That person got a family too. You know. And so, but you know, you have to think about those things. Is it gonna be worth it? I mean, they didn't put their hands on me, you know. But anyway, so we have to remember that bullying it didn't just start 2 weeks ago. It didn't just start a month ago. Jesus had to deal with bullying. And one of the Bible stories, one of the greatest Bible stories of all times, Joseph and his brothers bullied him. They were upset. Daddy gives you a coat of many colors, and here, what? We're gonna get rid of you. It was so bad, but God turned it and used it. Joseph was sent. I don't know. I guess I need to go into the story of Joseph. But Joseph was Israel's child. Jacob had 12 children, and Joseph was the oldest son of his beloved Rachel. You know, he was tricked. You know, he had to marry Leah first, and Leah had children for him, and Rachel couldn't have any kids at first. You know, then the Lord finally blessed her with Joseph. And so, because I guess he loved Rachel so much, he just, you know, kind of like, you know, because this is the one he wanted to marry in the beginning anyway. So he put Joseph kind of like above the brothers, so to speak.
Okay.
And they didn't like that. They saw that and they were upset about that. So they took Joseph and they got him off to himself. They took him and threw him in a pit. Then they turned around and they took him out of the pit and they sold him. So how would you feel if your brother sold you to a foreign land, a strange land, your own blood brother? We're not talking about strangers. These were his brothers.
Brothers.
These were his brothers that sold him. Now those were some real bullies.
Right.
Real. I mean, these were bullies beyond
Beyond. You
bullies.
right. To do something like that.
Yes. Yes. And so we want to, you know, but God allowed that to happen so that Joseph could be there when there was going to be a famine in the land, and Israel was going to need somebody to help them to get through it. And he put Joseph in that position. But the story of Joseph is a very, very, it's so full. It's just a lot in it. So if you have time, read about Joseph in Genesis. Read the story of Joseph in Genesis. All right. You know, and talking about bullying, what is bullying to you, OT?
Someone that's knowing they had advantage over you, that they try to do, you know, belittle you and just, you know, do what they know they can because they are bigger than you, or more smarter than you.
Right.
Know, they can be so many different bullies.
Right. So many different types. You're right. So, if anybody would like to call in and share your experiences with us, or share your resolutions, is what we're looking for. We don't know how to resolve, what to do when it comes to bullying. Okay, we have a phone call. All right. Thank you for calling the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You have something to share with us about bullying?
I have an echo.
You have an echo? Okay.
Yes, I was calling. I'm glad that you all are discussing bullying because it's a very serious. Hello?
I'm here. We're here. We're listening.
Okay, it's a very serious issue. And I've noticed, like, recently in the past few months, we've had our babies to commit suicide because of bullying.
Right.
So my thing is, as adults, we have to do better. We have to listen to our babies. When they come to us and tell us that they're being bullied, we need to make sure that we do everything within our power to help them.
Right.
To get it nipped in the bud, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
At school, you know, go to the teacher first. If that doesn't help, go to the principal. You know, the parents have to just keep going until they get somebody that will listen to them.
Okay.
So that, you know, the tragedies that we've had in the past won't keep happening.
Right.
Because bullying is real. I've been bullied, you know, as a child. And, you know, at the time, of course, I didn't tell anybody, you know. And that's what some of our children are doing now. They won't tell.
Right.
They won't say anything. You know, they try to deal with it themselves. And it's a lot to have someone that just constantly harass you.
Right.
You know, talking about you because you may look different or you may dress differently from them, or, you know, like I said, adults, we have to do better.
Right. So, caller, do you think that children who are bullies come from homes where they've seen that type of behavior exemplified, or what do you think about that? Do you think that
sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, you know how we learn from what we see and what we experience. So, do you think that that's a reason why we have so many?
No, you know what? I believe that children are video and audio recorders. What they see and what they hear is what they do. And a lot of times, you know, I work in a school, so when I see like parents come up and they clown in front of their children, their children are learning that, hey, this is how we resolve problems.
Right.
So if a child is a bully, sometimes now, not all the time, but sometimes that child may have seen mama or dad or a big brother or big sister, somebody bully somebody else.
Right.
You know, children, like you said, children learn what they, you know, the things that they do. That's a learned behavior. They don't come into this world being bullies. You know, they've seen somebody bully somebody else. And it's been, you know, people say, oh, it's okay. You know, no, it's never okay to be a bully.
Right.
And so I think the children are learning that behavior.
Right. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate your input.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Continue to tune in.
All right. And
that was
that caller gave us some great information there.
Great information.
Yeah. You know, she said she works in a school, so I'm sure she sees a lot of that.
A lot of it.
A lot of that. And a lot of it is, you know, learned behavior. You know, you see somebody else trying to take advantage of other people that are less smaller than them, or timid people, or, you know, just trying to take advantage. Where did they get that from? I mean, you know, just like any other type of things that when you have to deal with, like I would say, like prejudices, you know, some of those things are taught. I mean, it's sad, but it's the truth. And you know, we just have, as parents and as adults, 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 adults,
right,
we got to get it together, because what we're teaching our children by the things that we do. And if and you know, and I thought about that. You know, we've had so much gun violence, and it was like when it happened, it was just so much about, I'm gonna get me a gun, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, in my mind, why are you saying these things in front of these kids, making them think that that's the way to solve it? By go getting a gun, you glorifying the gun in front of them. And you shouldn't do that. Don't make them think that that's the way you solve problems.
No.
By running to get a gun. And so because of that, now we have our children running around with these guns, because guess what?
That's the problem.
Mama, dad, cousin, uncle, older people, or whoever, friend, have said, okay, that's the way you resolve issues. You get a gun.
Right.
And so now it's out of hand. You know, it has gotten out of control. Why? Adults, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. And the way we get it together is through Christ. We get it together through him, just like anybody else. We get it together. We got to get it together if we want to save our children.
Yes, we got to do something, you know. It's like, you see a lot of the issues in school. If you see someone bullied, they so fast to pull out a phone just to record, just to get numbers. They don't try to, okay, let me help this person. Why are you doing it to this person? They don't look at it like, they look at it as what you call it, oh man, I'm trying to see what the word to say. It's more like entertainment.
Right.
You know, that's what they look at now. Bullying, pick on this person for entertainment. Right. That's ridiculous.
Yes. And recording stuff that shouldn't be recorded.
Right.
And then when they see how many people looking at it, it just makes it, okay, I got to do it again. Remember at one time, it was so many videos going on Facebook with children, teenagers picking on older people.
Right. Yes, I remember that.
And that one of those just really just ticked me off.
Yes.
Because I said, if that had been my mother,
Lord knows.
I mean, this lady sitting at the bus stop.
Yes.
sitting at the bus stop, and these girls go up and they pick on her and they start beating on her, and
Beating
somebody
on this
recording
older
it.
lady. Right.
Really?
They recording it.
Really? Is that what we want to teach our children? That's the way you treat old people? Hopefully you'll live to get there, because guess what? What goes around comes around. Don't do that, children.
Trust me.
Don't hurt the elderly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't hurt yourselves. Don't hurt other people.
Because that's what it's going to.
Right.
All you doing is hurting yourself. You think you enjoying it right now, but like you said, what goes around comes around.
Yes, you must.
God has his route.
Right. He's a God of love. But everybody, we all need to understand he's also a God of wrath.
Yes.
He's a God of wrath.
Yes.
And he's not to be played with. Not to be played with. Because he is. Yes, he is. He's a loving God. And we want him to know that we appreciate his love. But God will give us some whippings too. And how you know, sweet? Because I know God has had to give me some whippings. And guess what? It got me in line where I need to be.
Hey, I got a whooping almost for 3 months. I was down for 3 months. Now I know why. Because you disobeying God now, and I don't want that feeling no more.
No, you don't. And once he does it, it's just like I remember growing up thinking, okay, mama whoop you, it's okay, but but you don't want daddy to whoop you. No, I don't want daddy to have to get to me. So we have to realize that God is our Father, and He does not play. And so we want to take care of each other as adults. We are responsible. We got to take the responsibility for what our children do while they under our care. We have to. I know it's hard. You can't be everywhere with them at all the time. Right. I know that. I mean, I've had children, and I have children. Let me put it like that. I have children, and you can't be everywhere, but you got to know that you have done your best. Now it's gonna be up to them once they not around you, because hey, children are get under the influence of other children,
right? And
they try to please other people away from their parents, but you have to know that you've done your best to help them to make good decisions and to not be a bully, and just to be a good citizen. I mean, who doesn't want to be a good citizen? I would like to be able to walk out my door, leave my door unlocked if I want to, but I can't. I cannot do that.
Cannot.
And it's sad.
Very sad. So we're gonna continue this show. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in on the live, giving feedback, and like we shout out to Neil, to Night G,
yes,
Lisa Lee, to Lil Cheney,
Bear. Hey Bear.
Bear, what's up, Bear? And Barbara.
Yes. Okay.
We appreciate everybody who's tuning
Cornelius. In. All right. And Bear has a show coming up this week, I think it is. Wednesday. The With It Committee.
Okay.
At 7 p.m. right here on Smash Bros Radio. And right after our show today, we have Mommy's Lounge.
Okay.
Coming up. So I think we've kind of went over into her time. So we're gonna have to. This is a topic that is so vast. So we'll be talking about it again, and we want to hear from you. We want to hear your resolutions. People have gone through it. It's not just girls that are bullied; boys are bullied also.
Yes.
And we want you to, share some of your experiences with us and how you came through it and what you did to come through it. And maybe you can get the children around some kind of way. When we said from our first show, this is a kid-friendly show. We're here to try to resolve issues, to help in every way that we can. And we know that we just want to read this scripture because we got to sign off. But the scripture is Ecclesiastes 8, verse 11. And it says, and I thought about, because I think about things a lot, especially when, you hear about every time you look around, there's something bad in the news about something. But this scripture says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And because God is a merciful God. But you don't want your heart to be set to do evil, and you don't want to use excuses of why you're doing evil. I've heard, well, because I grew up in the projects. Look, I grew up in the projects too, but that don't mean I want to go out and hurt people. We didn't have money to go out and do a lot of things.
No, we didn't.
But we didn't let that make us go across the street and break in our neighbor's house.
No.
Or go over and steal our neighbor's car.
Nope.
Because we didn't have the money. Look, first of all, mama wouldn't have put up with that.
No, you already. You know about that already.
And then, if she told daddy, we really been in trouble. Oh my
trouble.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
We didn't want to get that far.
No, we didn't. So, we just have to, talk to our kids. Love our kids. Let them know that we do love them.
Yes, we do.
We love you. We love you. We love you so much so that we don't want you to be a problem in life. And we don't want you to bring problems on yourself. Look, if you manage to live through this, guess what? All this stuff that you do as a child, you got to live with that when you get older.
Yes.
When I say a child, I'm talking about up to 18. Okay? Because, it's not just 19 on up committing crimes. It's sad that our little children are committing crimes. It's just sad. But anyway, we have to pray.
Yes.
We must pray. We pray. Lay your hands on your kids before you let them out the door. Lay hands on them and pray for them. Saying, Lord, help my child. Keep my child safe. That's what we have to do. We got to pray.
That's a daily 24-hour thing. So,
Yes. And be careful about what we exalt in their mind. Don't let these children hear you saying about what a gun will do and this, that, and the other. You don't do that to them. Don't do that to your kids.
No, don't do that.
Tell them about a Bible, something that will save their life and somebody else's too. Okay, because sometimes your child may not be doing anything, but they could be around the wrong people at the time. It's just so much. Anyway, I got to cut short because Mommy's Lounge is coming up.
Okay. Hey, I just want to get a little something. Next week we will be giving away chocolate covered strawberries.
Yes.
Do not forget to tune in. Chocolate covered strawberries, and we're gonna do a cake too, sweet lady.
Yes, but we're gonna do our regular Bible trivia questions because of the time frame that we have to work with. We're gonna just do 2 questions. So 2 people will have a chance to win. You're going to have a chance to win a cake or the chocolate covered strawberries for Valentine's Day.
Yes. So do not forget. Tune in. Share the live. Hey, Sam. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. And also next week, we're going to have our new story called A Moment in Time. We didn't get a chance to get to it today, but we will do that, Lord's willing, next Sunday at 2 o'clock. So tell your friends and your family to tune in to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show. Okay. And remember that we love you.
We love you. Hey, Courtney.
Yes. And Samantha. Hello, Samantha. And whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever you do all to the glory of God.
Thanks for tuning in, Sweet Lady OT Gospel Show. We'll see you next week.